Welcome back to the ESU Community Rumble. This is the lower bracket final. I'm Peter, and I have been joined by Nuze.
Hello, Peter.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
How are you doing? I'm doing good.
I'm excited. This should be an interesting game to see again.
Yeah, this could actually be one of the best games at LAN. I have this feeling, this sneaking suspicion that this is going to be the one.
Yeah, especially as when they played in Swiss round system, it was a pretty closely fought draw.
Yeah.
The only draw, I think, in all of the Swiss rounds.
Yeah. And I was talking to a lot of the pizza polished. Yeah, I was like pizza roll guys. Yeah, I was talking to those guys yesterday, and they were all feeling pretty confident. Like, I'm pretty sure we could beat Lowpander and actually meet Vorotech in the final.
Yeah, I think they could. And you know, where it might still be kind of tricky to do anything against Froyo in the final.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to get that second place. You know, quite a bit more prize money involved.
Yeah, that's true. I can't actually remember the exact spread, but yeah, it's good. It's a really nice perk.
And it'd be nice to see this matchup on an actual best of 3 rather than one map as it was previously.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the teams are a lot closer than you can probably tell from just a best of 1.
Yeah, like best of 1, you can end up with the map you just hate and you're just kind of screwed, right? And
exactly. As like what happened to Vorotech against Lowpander, a map they don't really play, and they got rolled. But
yeah, now it's a little bit more strategic, so
Yeah.
you can get you can ban their best maps or try to like take a chance and hope that they're gonna ban like a map you were gonna ban anyway, right? So it's like if you know that both teams like don't like Sunshine or something, you can just kind of hope that they ban Sunshine and you can just ban one of their good maps instead. Right.
So speaking of these two, who do you think has a better chance going up against Vorotech? I mean, we've seen what Lowpander could do.
Yeah.
We've seen kind of what Pizza Polish could do, but it wasn't in the same. It wasn't in a best of 3 fashion.
Right. Yeah. I still think Lowpander has the best chance against Vorotech. I think they actually have like the talent and the players, and they've stuck together for so long that I really think they do have the opportunity to actually take them on. You know, like they've been getting better and better like ever since they got into Prem.
Yeah, and I think at this LAN even they've been getting a bit better. But the thing that was like a bit disappointing for me was Viaduct yesterday.
Oh yeah,
because I thought that was going to be.
Yeah, that was their map pick too.
Yeah, I thought Lowpander would edge that out over Vorotech. I mean, I thought it'd be close, but
yeah, it was not.
3-0, yeah.
It was like they made Mr. Epic look like a bad sniper.
Yeah,
that means they're shutting him down.
Yeah, like how do you even make him look like a bad sniper?
Yeah.
He was still hitting crazy shots, but he just couldn't do anything.
Yeah, he still went like 14 and 29 or something. No, not that bad, but it was like definitely not what you used to see from Mr. Epic. And it was just the fact that the entire team was just getting overwhelmed by just the cookie cutter aggression.
Yeah, but I think there's been a lot of big plays regardless, and that's kind of nice to see.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've seen who's been standout players for you so far for these two teams.
I think on the side of Lowpander, no, actually let's start with Pizza Polish because that's the most fresh thing in my mind. And I think Smear has been like the linchpin. Like if Smear plays really well, then Pizza Polish play really well. And he was playing like extremely well in this first match today. And he needs to do that. He's been kind of disappointing to me in the matches going up to this. So like if he can really just turn it on and just be the amazing demo that we all know he can be on LAN, then I think he's going to be very, very crucial.
I feel like it's the Scouts and Smear of Pizza Polish, they've kind of been out of sync.
Yeah.
It feels like some games where Smear's not having a great time, where they're getting pressured a lot. The Scouts are stepping up, but they're not there as much when he's going big, you know, that kind of thing. I feel like if they just sync up, and with the Soldiers, I guess, as well. But
yeah. I
think if all these guys are on, and they're all playing well at the time, I think they're really good.
Yeah, like Puppy and Alfie, they really like jumping behind and then just like spamming and pressuring people and making sure that they can't back off because then they just back off into rockets. And it's really uncomfortable to play against Pizza Polish, I feel like. Or, no, Adiski. Sorry, Adiski.
One person that's actually been quite standout in a lot of these kind of situations where it's high pressure and there's a lot of things having to deal with. Martin has been really good on Medic.
Yeah, he's actually been amazing.
I think he's been the Medic of the tournament so far.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I mean, Bear's pretty good as well, but I think it's a lot easier for a Medic in Froyo's position, whereas with Lowpander, there's still some pressure being put on. I think we're going to be going to pick bans pretty soon. Yeah.
We've seen both of these teams play quite a few maps this season, or not this season, this LAN. So, you know, they have Process, Badlands, Reckoner, Gollywash, Product, Snakewater, and Sunshine to choose from, and we start out with 2 bans.
I'd imagine we'll see Lowpander banning Sunshine, Gollywash.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that was just the immediate Gollywash ban. I guess, like Pizza Paws, they were okay on Gollywash. And
yeah, that was the map they had a close game, and they.
Yeah, I think it's just
the map
that
Lowpander got rolled by for attack on.
Yeah, and Pizza Paws has also been pretty good at just rolling, like doing really good pushes really fast. And they're going to ban out Product, probably
That
the
makes
Mr.
sense.
Yeah, like they themselves don't have like a really obvious sniper carry. I think Kratos was fine, right? But
Alba can be pretty good, but I think he's been inconsistent in the past.
yeah, it's definitely
kind of player.
Yeah, it's just definitely like when you have like a very obviously good sniper in the enemy team and you don't like have like an immediately good one on your own team, you tend to just avoid Product.
Yeah.
Because it's so risky. Because if at some point Mr. Epic just decides to not miss anything, then you feel so powerless. It's one of the worst feelings in the game where you're just like being picked off from a distance and there's just nothing you can do about it.
And I don't think their soldiers would be as great at putting the pressure on them as Paddy seemed to be. First pick then for Lowpander on Reckoner.
Reckoner, that's interesting. I'm pretty sure Pizza Paulist also picked Reckoner in the last one, so I'm pretty sure they're happy about it.
And the process pick, presumably they really want to try out their Pizza Strike mid again.
Oh, yeah. The Pizza Strike.
And I'm glad that we're going to see that again.
Oh, yeah, let's hope. It's not really a secret anymore, but like if they sync it up properly and don't mess up their rollouts, then like it's just going to be 4 rockets.
Maybe they've evolved the strategy. Maybe there's something else that they're doing now.
Oh.
Sticky jumper demo with pipes.
Yeah, sticky jumper was joining in.
Yeah.
That's what this strat needs, more pipes.
Yeah, that's what we need, just the spam of projectiles. And Badlands being banned for Pizza Polished.
Yeah, I guess they don't feel like sitting on Badlands last.
Yeah, a lot of people just don't like playing Badlands anymore. And
yeah.
I think most of the map's pretty good. It's just the last point can be
very
annoying to sit on for a long period of time.
Yeah, and now of course it comes down to Snakewater and Sunshine, and I'd say they're pretty similar maps, but the Sunshine's last is notoriously difficult to push into and also to push out of, so that changed the dynamic a little bit. And also Snakewater is slightly more open, like you can walk in further, like without getting spammed out.
Yeah, I think Pizza. Okay, so we have the Snakewater banned from Lowpander, and I think Pizza Polish probably would have preferred Snakewater. So we have a Sunshine Decider. Sunshine, notoriously good map for Sniper as well.
Oh yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. Like they did patch a lot of the really crazy Sniper
Reckoner,
sidelines.
Process, and Sunshine.
Yeah,
those are 3 pretty good maps for Sniper.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, I think Sunshine is actually a lot worse these days. Like you can still snipe on mid, but there's still this like the middle sideline. You used to be able to like look under the point. You can't.
Oh
do that.
yeah.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore. Thank God.
I remember that sideline.
Yeah, and there was also like less walls on the house in the middle, so there was like a bunch of like really open sidelines. But they fixed a lot of that, and then also like into last, like you could obviously like sit on last and just look at through the spawn door or like shut a door. Like, so that was really crazy, and you could also stand on top of a house and like shoot over the fence.
Remember when there was the when the last was different? So it was like there was a spot you could get onto heavy.
Oh yeah.
Sit perch there, shoot at everything. It would be really hard to hit you with spam.
Yeah, it was like, and they had to like fix it twice
great.
because there was this tiny wall that he would just sit behind and shoot, and then they like put a higher wall, but then you could just like jump on top of that and do the same thing. So yeah, that had to be fixed twice.
Map makers and TF2.
Yeah.
I quite like a lot of the custom maps, to be honest. I think they don't get enough.
Yeah, map makers don't get enough credit. And but yeah. So luckily, all of that has been fixed. But I also think, like as a result, I think Sniper is a lot less powerful on Sunshine than it used to be. So I don't think like you can still use it, but it's not as good.
What do you think the likelihood is then that we'll go to 3 maps and we'll see Sunshine?
I have a feeling that
with Reckoner, how do you think that plays out?
Like Reckoner is
Lowpander's map.
Yeah, it's kind of surprised me because I'm pretty sure that Pizza Paul is quite like it, and they can just kind of do these really strategical things. Like I know Adiski has like a ton of strats for it. Like he's one of the few people that like actually like sat down and actually looked at the map, right?
Yeah.
So like they're gonna have some things up their sleeve, and they could be really dangerous for Lowpander if they just like sit back and just spam and presume that's enough, because then all of a sudden they're gonna be like some sort of actually coordinated play coming out of Pizza Paulist.
Yeah, well I mean, Maybe it's after their win over Froyo. Maybe Lowpander are feeling really confident on Reckoner. It's more of a play to our strengths rather than their weaknesses kind of thing.
Yeah, could be.
So I don't know how that one plays out. Process, based on what we saw from Pizza Polished, I think. I mean, the pizza strike is pretty cool, but like.
I mean, it's legendary, but
it's legendary.
But that doesn't mean it's that good.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
don't know
if
how
it-
reliable a strategy that is to base your mid fights around.
I mean, just the fact that they took 3 tries to actually like nail the rollout probably means that they haven't practiced it enough.
Yeah,
If I just had to guess, but I don't know. I think they were just kind of messing around at that point. They kind of dejected from the previous map loss.
So how likely do you think it is then that we go to see Sunshine?
I think it's relatively unlikely. I have this feeling that like if either team wins, they're just going to roll the second map.
Yeah.
I have this feeling like this land. It's been like that a lot.
Yeah. It seems like it's just kind of, I don't know, when people get into their stride or when teams get into their stride, it's over very much.
Yeah. It's just once you figure out who the best.
The one game where it was back and forth was between these two, because Lowpander went up 2 rounds,
Right.
and Pizza Polished went up 3-2, and then
Lowpander
brought it up 3-3. So that's the only game this land that has been
that
kind of like that, or at least of the higher level ones.
Yeah, and we didn't have a golden cap on that one because it was just
Do you think we'll see a golden cap this time around? I think that's
actually pretty likely.
Pretty likely.
Yeah. And if we go to a golden cap, then I also think like the second map's going to be close. I feel like the first map's going to decide completely how the second map's going to go. If one team wins 5-0, it's just going to be over. If it's a really like drawn out map and there's a golden cap, then the second map's going to be the same.
I'd like to see a big comeback over the course of one of the maps. We don't see that very often, but it's always fun to see a team playing badly on a map, and then they just change something that they're doing, and then it works wonders. Yeah,
it's like the reverse Lego, basically. Like Lego, they would always like win really comfortably on like Snake Water 4-1, and then Badlands they just lose like 5-0 in 10 minutes. I don't know how they do it, but yeah, it's definitely a thing. And like some teams just are really map dependent. I feel like some teams are just like they can't play on Snake Water.
I don't know if it's like a color thing. Like when
it could be.
And people tend to have like maps that they very strongly prefer and dislike. But I don't know. All the maps kind of seem just like 5CP TF2 to me. There's some last points that I think are pretty I don't know. Badlands last is not that great to play, but I think most other parts of sixes just feels kind of like sixes.
Yeah.
But some people I know, it's like very map specific. Like a lot of people
it's just
don't like playing on Snake Water or that kind of thing.
Like some people just hate like sitting back on Gollywash and like rotating. Like I don't know, it's weird. It's like some maps obviously favor a certain play style.
Yeah.
Right. So like some teams that are really like to like push on small advantages, like they probably don't like Snake Water because it's kind of difficult. You can kite Ubers for a longer. So whereas like on Gollywash you can push really fast. If you have like a small advantage, like the enemy's going to be right near the other end of the choke.
I always liked Gollywash's demo because it's like it's a really good map for trading damages and chokes and just being the damage dealer class. And it's kind of like a lot easier than most other maps on Gollywash because the chokes are so tight and you can just spam like when you do the rollout. Like Habib playing against Lowpander, which is destroying them because he would just put 500 damage on Big Door before the mid begins.
It's so bad. Like it feels so bad when you just lose mid. It's just like this one demo just sitting up there, just lobbing stickies down. And I just did a rollout, and I just took 250 damage before I even jumped. Like I'm supposed to jump and create space, and I'm just sitting on the ground.
You worked for a team this tournament, right?
Yeah, that was we lasted for like 8 minutes.
Was that against Froyo?
Yeah.
I remember you got an air shot. You were the only person on your team to get an air shot.
I didn't get an air shot, did I?
Well, in the log you did.
Oh yeah. Well, I got an air shot then. Yeah, definitely.
You're the only member. Well, actually, I don't know if Hipfire or Frosty got air shots, but representing the production team with big air shots.
Oh wow!
Against Froyo Tech.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll believe the logs.
Yeah.
The logs don't lie. It's.
Are you ever going to return to Prem 6's league play?
Maybe. I don't know. Probably as medic because then I don't have to put time into actually practicing. I can just have bad DM and good decision making, right? That's the lazy way of getting into Prem.
Play medic, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, the easy way to Prem. That's
anyway. I think we have 12 on the server just now.
All right.
We are still running the meme competition for the Rig 500E headset. So if you guys want to enter, you can enter multiple times.
Yeah, like there's a picture of
it's-
Nuze doing this, basically.
And one of TurboTap's running.
Yeah, and you can have several entries. It's going to be fine.
It's going to be going on after the finals as well, so
I think it's actually before. Like, I think
Or
we're
just
gonna,
before?
Yeah, I think we're doing it just before the finals. You and TurboTap are going to pick your favorite, but of course we'll also pick. I think it's just going to be like a random pick from the Twitter feed and from the Facebook. So there will be one that's like truly earned by you and TurboTaps, and then we'll have some random winners as well.
Yeah, I've only had, like, last time I had a look at some of the entries was, I think, Friday night, so there's bound to be so many new ones at this stage, and I'm
there's some
excited
really good
for the
ones in
memes.
there. Yeah, I haven't seen all of them either, but I've seen a few here and there, and they're all pretty good. So
Yeah. I was also told by TurboTaps to shout out Lico from XTV.
Oh,
Not sure
Lico.
who that is, but
Wasn't it from XTV?
XTV, going way back, XTV.
Like I know about, there's like a Brazilian Lico, but there's also like someone from somewhere else.
Like, XTV is quite an old name. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now it's
They
just the top 10 plays of the month and that kind of thing.
like they even moved that to like Lucky Loose channel, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Is there anything on XTV nowadays?
X time playing Dota? I don't know. I have no clue. I'm sure they probably cast some Highlander.
That's true.
Like special tourneys like Altido and whatever. Whenever they come up with a new game mode that they think are going to take over 6v6, they probably go for that one too.
I think X-Time's one of the last people of notoriety, or not notoriety, of fame in like old school TF2.
Yeah, he's part of the old guard.
I've not met, because he's been to,
right.
he was at I-58, right?
Yeah,
No, he was at a couple of the recent I-Series lands
Right.
in the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. And I've been to a few of them, but I've never been to the same ones as he has.
Oh yeah.
Never met X-Time, but I want to see a Yao like in real
Yeah,
life.
like in
the
person.
flesh.
Yeah. You just can't believe it's real, right?
Yeah.
But it's real.
I want to try what is it, the meatball restaurant he has or something? There was a meme on the forums. It was like his commercial.
It's probably like a pasta place, and he probably does some meatballs
like
as well, right?
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be surprised, but like, I'd talk to X-Time and eat his food. That sounds like a good time to me.
He's got an interesting set of like interests. He's very good at Minesweeper. You ever seen him talk about Minesweeper?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I don't know. It's interesting because I don't think I've heard someone talk about Minesweeper that long before.
Yeah, I just figured it was like this pretty mindless game.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But there's something to it apparently.
Yeah, but as we completely sidetracked there, shout out to Lico.
Minesweeper.
Shout out to Lico. Oh man, all right.
So, Reckoner.
Yeah, it's going to be the
I'm
first
not
match.
sure what we're waiting on now for the game to start. It looks like Lowpander have just readied up. So it's just the pizza polished guys we're waiting on, I guess.
Yeah. Do you think we're going to see heavy to mid? We saw Mookie run heavy to mid quite a bit in some seasons.
You know, I think I heard Hildreth saying they would have done that every mid. I think it was when they played Gully last time. Not Reckoner, sorry, but when Gully, they were going to try do the heavy to mid every time. So
we are live, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the lower bracket final, map 1. It's going to be Lowpander versus Pizza Polished. I'm going to be following Hildreth into this middle, see what he's up to. But yeah, this is for the grand finals. If you win 2 maps, you're in it.
Okay, looking at the positions now, kind of good bit of aggression from Pappy and the Lowpander guys on the left, but 3 frags going the way of Pizza Polished. Good bomb from Alfie.
Oh, nice pipe by Smear.
Really good job. Only a Disky dying. Fun still left alive, trying to make something happen.
Oh my god, 2 shots, the demo man.
Yeah, that'll be a nice consolation frag that should slow them down a little bit. They're going to leave one of their scouts on the cap, and the rest of them are going to move forward into second. Still quite a bit of time for the Lowpander spawns, and full Uber advantage for Raptor.
Yeah, and not losing that medic is really good. We actually see a Disky on Spy and Spawn. He's just checking things while switching Spawn. That's a nice little way to make use of your time when you're just sitting in Spawn, basically doing nothing. You can do a little bit, and we also have Mr. Epic on Sniper, hoping to get the medic, right? Because that's one way you can like turn this whole thing around. But they're currently in the boiler room. Looks like they're going to go top left with this, probably a scout and a demo man. And yeah, here we go.
The Uber comes in, they're focusing the heavy, he does get pressured through to the other spawner. There's not many stickies on the point. They now need to deal with the sentry, but Credu dies early to a sticky trap during the fight, and Alba playing the point by himself. No frags on the Lowpander, guys. They're taking a bit of damage. Hildreth the first to die, but it's been a car crash of a push for Pizza Polished. Smear and Raptor just going to get out, try and play this pretty safe.
Yeah, like, it's very different from what we saw earlier with Pizza Polished when they did the poster. They would always get at least one kill. Like immediately, like they would get like the heavy, but the heavy here was just like sitting inside the spawn. He would just switch away, and then everyone else was just standing over on the other side. And they did the right thing by trying to pressure the point, but there was like 2 extra stickies that the scout hadn't seen, so he just died immediately. But Lowpander, they will make their way in here. They're going to jump in very aggressively, try to make space, and they are actually forcing out Pizza Polished pretty well. Yeah,
they are just going to try and take this point without Ubering, and they managed to play it well. Doing some aggression onto the high ground and just spamming out the players. Alfie's
nice
in actually.
Shot by Papi.
Big shot from Papi, denying that. Martin only taking 3 damage there. Not a very great forced attempt, but Adiski now trying to take some spam in it as Raptor does have Uber, so they're willing to exchange here. Papi dies in the trade, but Adiski does also get finished off. Neither medic wanting to pop for their pocket there.
Yeah, it's probably a pretty good decision, right? Like, you have to pop pretty early. Oftentimes, oh, there's a scout behind onto the medic. The medic is not popping. Okay, he is now. He's just like, he doesn't trust his team that much. Martin went down to like 10 HP. Now they're going to go onto the demo, force out the Uber, and now it's just a matter of actually getting out alive. Because that was a complete disaster, just letting the scout in behind lines there. Like, you can't let that happen. Just they get away with it kind of okay, but they were lucky that they happened to be close to the enemy combo.
And I don't know that Lowpander will try and do anything here. I mean, it's pretty much an even situation. Mookie is down still, but they do have a spawn advantage on mid and a tiny Uber advantage, but I think they're just going to wait for the Uber charges to be in play. I don't know if we'll see any banners being run by any of the soldiers. Mookie tends to do that on some of the more stalematy maps, but it looks like he's just back up on gunboats.
I actually saw Mookie use the shotgun on Romer early. I think it was on Viaduct. So he's basically done it all.
Shotgun Romer on Viaduct?
Yeah, I was very confused as well.
That's woke.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure he's figured out something that I haven't. But yeah, either way, we now have both Ubers. We've actually seen this thing where Romers will not do anything when you build Uber, because if the Romer gets hurt and he needs an arrow, then the medic will arrow and he can't build Uber. So they will be very passive while they're actually in the Uber building phase. And then we see a bunch of spam coming out from Tuck. That's going to leave room for Mookie. Jumps in onto the medic, gets the first nice rocket, but there's some nice dodging coming out from Raptor. Just goes back and forth and dukes him out. But there's a pretty good play. And there's actually going to be a counter bomb in from a soldier. I think that Diski was at least trying to make it in there, but got stuffed pretty bad.
Yeah, so. Credu also looking for an opening in Alpha on the lower area. They're all just trying to peek cargo and kind of spam out a little bit, see if they can isolate any targets for a pick. But Lowpander are playing quite tightly, and it's going to be difficult for Pizza Polish to get a pick in that situation. They've kind of had free reign to just send Mookie in from lower. There's not really been anyone watching that, but he's struggled to put enough damage onto Raptor before he gets cleaned up. Credu looking like he's taking a bit of damage there. No, he's switching.
Oh, Mookie's in really far. Okay, he gets taken down by Diski. He was trying to be a hero.
And see again, yeah, he's doing that thing where he tries to just take that space, but it just gets shut down pretty easily. Papi and Fun's trying to contest Diski on this lower area. Smear's backing up to help them, and he gets stickies on Papi to finish him off. Just a bit blindsided by that, as he wasn't paying attention to the flank.
Yeah, we see the sniper moving forward now. Alba, he is sniping, and there we go. Uber comes out first from Martin, and they are actually going to get a pick off of it, but they haven't forced any other Ubers. So at some point, they're going to have to run back. And there we go. Uber finally forced, I think it was Mookie forcing it out. But Font will also go down in the process, and everyone else is basically just running back. But there's a back cap coming out from Mr. Epic. This is a really annoying to deal with. He got on it basically the same time, so they have to go back and deal with it.
Ooh, Adiski, really nice position playing for the entry of Martin as they were coming back in there, and he just 2-rockets him. That'll be a lot easier now for Pizza Polish to defend this, because Lowpander will be coming into this without any heals. Yeah,
Mr. Epic is just like fighting a soldier and a scout here. And he's just drawing them as far back as he can. So he will eventually get dealt with, but yeah, that's just basically, he got the back cap and now he can go sniper if he really wants to. But are they actually going to do a dry push out here? That would be very surprising to me.
They had the time to do it because the Lowpander players were quite weak and Martin wasn't with them yet after Papi's pick on mid. or Adiski's pick up mid, sorry. But they didn't really have the position they needed to come through Shutter, and the soldiers were playing the high ground, so they couldn't really just walk out. It's a bit late now, but they do have a bit of an Uber advantage, and they're not playing with off classes, so they are looking to use this a bit aggressively, I think. Adiski playing lower with Raptor following up behind him. They might go for an aggressive Uber through lower.
Yeah, we've also seen Alfie do it, but yeah, you are right. It's going to be the aggressive Uber coming out. Mookie's actually going for the back cap, though. He's on last. He's not uncontested, but he's not going to make it in time. Nice try, but not quite good enough. But everyone else did escape, so just the fact that Raptor, like he couldn't catch up to Martin and the rest of his team. So now it's going to be a counter push coming in from Lowpander. Going to make it in through this. There's a soldier onto a medic, but doesn't really hit Martin. Martin plays it cool. Really well played by him.
Yeah, Martin doing really well to limit the amount of damage he's taking. They're not risking force at all. Alfie and Adiski getting cleaned up there. So now Lowpander are looking to move their Uber advantage in top left with Mon and Hildreth. They do a lot of damage onto one of the soldiers, I think, but everyone else is rotated to the right-hand side. They're trying to play the point. There's no sentry gun to deal with. It's just cookie cutter at the moment. Pappy's in alone on the right-hand side, putting out so much damage onto 3 different targets. If Lowpander can follow up, Fun's getting 2 frags there. They might be able to do this.
Yeah, they're falling very low at this point, though. So they're going to have to heal up a little bit, and they actually do get in there, and they're getting the kills. The Demo Man is still up, but his stickies are not on the point, and the Lowpander player is, so he will cap it out. So eventually they do make that push work.
It was really close there. Raptor was on 92%, and Lowpander managed to focus him down just before he got it. So very good for them to be focus firing like that.
Yeah, it's really important. And we've actually seen a whole bunch. I think it was like Bear who died twice with like 99% on this last. And it's such a heartbreaker, and it's really important that you're actually aware of what the enemy percentage is in these kind of situations. So counting Uber is game winning, but we have another mid. There's only 1-0, so it's still anyone's game. Poppy's going to jump in pretty aggressively, but doesn't get a whole lot done. Now it's going to be both Mookie and Poppy. Very aggressive, takes down the Demo Man. Smear was just getting overwhelmed right here. Now Poppy's just even camping the bottom side, and wow, what a murderous mid. Perfect mid, nobody died.
Really good follow-up from Lowpander on their soldiers there after Pappy had Mookie bombed in. Hildreth just walked forward with the scouts and put stupid amounts of damage on the scouts. He's going for the spawn camp, Hildreth, on the left shutter. He's going to get more than one, I think. He gets a Disky. Everyone else rotating to the right side, but that'll be a lot to deal with when you're 1 soldier down already.
Yeah, soldier even jumps for it, and now Lowpander, they're already in. And now they're spawn camping. They still haven't capped second, so they can't play the point, but the Uber is in. And now Mr. Epic will finally just put time on the point. There's an Uber in the way. The scouts are desperately trying to get in there, and they will get it. So just complete roll by just dominating the middle, losing 0 players, and just like killing them in record time as well.
Yeah, that was a very fast round. The mid-fight was just destructive. I don't think Pizza Polished had anything close to an answer to what they were doing there. They need something to counter Hildreth as he walks forward. It's like too many people turned around for the soldiers there, and it's not going to work if they do that again.
Yeah, so let's hope they figure something out here. Just make sure that they don't get like Poppy behind. It was just the Poppy and Mookie double bomb that really started it all by taking down Smear. So hopefully Smear can stay alive this time around. He's going to pressure in really aggressively onto Hildreth, but they're all just kind of waiting in, and they actually pick off both soldiers. That's a really good start. Now they're just all going to start moving forward very aggressively, pushing back Lowpander. Smear will even try to jump in very aggressively. Oh, he hits a nice pipe on Fons, who was just like completely stuffed. And Mr. Ed will go down as well. So they definitely figured it out. They stopped the double soldier aggression, and now they, as a result, they actually won that middle.
Yeah, I think this time they played more on the right side, and Smear was contesting more directly the blue crate. So they're able to control the high ground on the right and take that position. So when the soldiers bombed, they weren't getting overwhelmed by scouts and demo. But Martin did still make it out alive, so both medics are going to be trying to hold on to their Ubers until we get a good situation to use them. And we don't see any pick classes at the moment, so I would expect a sack.
Yeah, I think a very normal strategy for Pizza Polish here is to spam a bit from Toxic, like have the medic, everything down there, and then they jump in Alfie once everyone else are like busy dealing with it. That's the standard play, I think. But we'll see. Like Alfie's currently playing underneath, and like he's not hiding it, but it's actually going to be a Disky jumping in, and he will not get the force out. He hits the Martin a little bit. Oh my God! Look at that.
Hildreth going down.
Yeah, a really good follow up there by Smear. Hildreth apparently ate the rockets for his medic, so Smear just goes in there and actually cleans up. And everyone right now are holding in Boiler, and Papi is just taking so much damage. Like, you can't stand in there. Like, it's such a bad place to hold. And Papi getting denied really well. But Mookie in with the flank. That's a really big flank from him. That really turns everything around. Now the Demo Man is down. He's going to get taken down, but he also pulled people back. So still a really good job. Lowpander, it looks like they're going to hold on to the second point, but can they actually push into the middle is the question here. Both scouts are now running forward, looking for targets to pick off, but they're currently finding a soldier on the high ground, and very difficult to actually deal with it, and I think they're going to end up just falling back. But as I say, that Alpha actually does go down, and they will bully their way in.
Yeah, the scouts initiating the fight there for Lowpander, and Papi doing good follow-up. Fun slightly overcommitted because they didn't have any cap time, but they will be able to get this mid. Pizza Polish are actually looking to contest this off the back of that one scout pick. Adiski flying in the air. He seems to be on the battalion's backup at the moment. Mookie dying after getting Raptor, so this will be tricky for Pizza Polish, but they're going to need to commit here if they want to do this. Everyone dying. It's just Smear left alive, and he's going to get cleaned up by Mon, surely.
Yeah, Papi even like going very, very weak, but I'm pretty sure he's very close to having a banner as well. He's going to run into a Demo Man, and Scout will finish off, and he gets another arrow. So very, very good play here coming out from Lowpander, just basically out-DMing the enemy team and just having a superior focus fire. So now the Pizza players, they're going to have to figure out a way to hold this last. It usually involves like a heavy and medic and spawn, and just rotating all to their heart's delight. But yeah, we'll see. There's an Uber coming their way. They're just going to find the sentry gun, just focus it down immediately. Actually, Luki ends up getting the kill. And now they're playing the point, but Smear is sticking it.
The battalion's backup coming into play. Papi's been holding it for the past minute. They've got really good defensive cover, and they're playing the point. All the players for Pizza Polish are on the left-hand side. They just need some damage and focus fire. Hildreth isn't really in the fight, and it's being a bit tricky for Papi. So Papi's kind of alone. His team not there to support him. Last time they did this, the medic was also close enough to Uber, but they made it work with the focus fire, and they got Raptor. This time Raptor will not be pressured, and he will be getting Uber as they push out at last.
Yeah. It's one of these situations where you feel like you definitely should push, but it's very difficult to actually do it. But Smear is just, I think he's getting ready to jump. Yeah, there you go. He's in very aggressive and toxic. He will get saved as well. Hits a nice pipe onto a scout. So Mr. Epic is probably going to get picked off, but no, I'm wrong. But he will come back in, pressure the second point as it does get capped out. And like that was a pretty decent push out actually. They got 2 picks. They didn't get the enemy medic, but yeah, if they're really aggressive, they can actually get the force out of Martin. Yeah,
they do pretty good to pressure a lot of people back here, but I feel like Pizza Polish are quite far committed, considering Lowpander still have the point and they have Uber. Alfie and Smeary playing really close. They're both going to die for this, it looks like. Smeary dies really early. The force does come out. Everyone else from Pizza Polish looks like they just about might make it out. Credu just about get caught just before he gets to the health kit, but Adiski, Alba and Raptor now playing on the right-hand side. Funds is coming really deep. He's going to get so much pressure onto Alfie, and that's going to make it really hard for Lowpander to do anything with Adiski behind.
Yeah, indeed. We saw Adiski try to go for like a back cap there, but he does get taken down by Mr. Epic in turn as well. And they're in already Lowpander. They're kind of trying to bomb Smear, I guess, but they end up just going to the other side. And actually, Martin is getting really heavily pressured here, and they get the force out of Raptor as well. I think he tried to save his Demo Man with that one. But yeah, they got the force out. That's exactly what they wanted.
Mookie behind lines on 106 HP by the shutter. No one knew he was there after seeing him bomb in, and Credu walked around and got 3-rocketed on heavy, so good directs from Mookie.
Oh yeah, just killing a heavy. Just no.
We do have Adiski on Spy. He's in top left, just behind the push. He's going to get the stab onto Papi. That will limit the pushing power, and he's going to stay alive and be able to switch to Soldier. Lowpander do get the sentry gun. Raptor on 50%, but there's not going to be much that they can do here. They're going to have to back out. A lot of pressure being put out from the Pizza Polish players, combining their spam on the main entrance.
They have had really effective last holds. Like they're holding last when they're at massive disadvantages. The only time they've actually lost last is when it's some sort of roll from second or mid into last. Like when it's just a straight up push into last, they never seem to let it happen. So, I mean, that's a positive takeaway from this map, at the very least.
They weren't accounting for Mookie again, though, and as they were taking space in lobby, he managed to get onto Raptor, so their Uber advantage just turned into a big Uber disadvantage. Adiski also dying to a sticky trap, so now there's not much that Pizza Polish will be able to do aggressively at all. They're going to need to focus again hard on doing this last hold, except they're in a position where Adiski isn't on spy and he's not going to get that pick. So Hildreth and Martin have a second chance of doing this. Pressure on the spawn, they control all of the left side of the last. Now they need to deal with the sentry, which they get. Funds going down to Adiski with a body shot. Alba pressuring Hildreth a lot.
Air shotted away. Mookie tried to go in and be aggressive, but this time around, this is not going to work. And again, these pushes, they're just being completely crushed. And Smear will even deny Hildreth the escape. Mr. Epic is in on the low ground. Martin is out in Toxic. Martin, he's getting jumped. So far, it looks like he's going to make it. Yeah, he's even grabbing the scout. Now he's definitely making it out. But yeah, another great last hold coming out of the Pizza Polish. Yeah,
they did really well there. Adiski again with a pick entering, an entry pick on that last hold, just making sure it's that much harder for Lowpander. Now with their 60% Uber advantage, they're looking to come in from the cargo area. Adiski taking a lot of damage early, but he is going to get some support from his team. Now rotating to the heels, Smear walking onto the point. They've pressured Lowpander back a lot. It's just Pappy, Martin and Mon backing out of cargo. Hildreth was in the lower area. They're meeting up on their second now. The Uber advantage has gone a bit smaller. Mookie trying to get something happening on the midpoint. Manages to get Alba for his efforts, but nothing onto Raptor.
Just settling down right now. Both teams have their Ubers. So at this point, it's just figuring out how to break this. You see Smear actually being pretty aggressive. Like I think he's mostly just spotting at this point, trying to figure out where the medic is holding. Yeah, and there we go. There comes Alfie. He heard the call, but he gets completely shut down by both scouts. So yeah, pretty good play coming out overall, but also some really nice aiming coming out from Lowpander to stop it.
And we do have Mookie walking in from the lower entrance. He's not been accounted for. Gets in, gets one good rocket onto Raptor. Raptor drops to the pistol from Funds with a really good follow-up from Toxic.
Yeah, that's really good teamwork right there. It just looked like a solo bomb, but there was just a little bit more presence coming in to make sure we got the drop. And Raptor again, just not seeing all the flank players. And he will end up dropping. He just trusts his team so much.
I feel like, oh man, Funds should have been accounted for or denied from getting just like a pistol sight in there. Adiski dying early as the push comes in from Lowpander. Martin not going to be in a position where he needs to pop this Uber. There's two players behind going for a back cap. That'll be Alfie and Alba getting cleaned up by Pappy and Mookie before they even really get any cap time. So now Lowpander are going to be stacking the midpoint. They'll probably deny 3 spawners here if they do it properly, and they're going to be looking to move in with a 3-player ad and 70% Uber advantage into second.
Yeah, they're not even looking to contest the second point. It's really, like when you don't have an Uber and the enemy team does, it's very difficult to actually hold this second point because like you can hold in the boiler room, but you get spammed so easily. And
Adiski getting Martin with a big backstab from lower lobby.
Just completely changing everything there. Adiski has gone spy quite a lot, and he's been pretty successful as well. And that one definitely had a huge impact. That's going to be, I think, the first drop coming out here from Martin on today's games. So Mookie will actually get taken down, being pretty aggressive there in boiler room. Good. I call it the trap room. It's so easy to get trapped in there, and the tiny chokes that go in and out of it are just terrible. But they're looking to go into the shutter doors. They actually made it out really well. I think Pappy's about to jump in really aggressively, but he's been called, but he goes in very aggressively onto demo. Actually misses quite a bit, but Mookie's going to follow up as well, but get denied. Nice air shot coming out from Adiski, I believe.
And they have the players here to keep it going a bit aggressively. Hildreth and Martin and Mon left alive on mid. Mon's actually behind that, just spotted. Yeah. He's on last trying to fight Alfie. Alfie playing this 1v1 pretty carefully, and the scout does come back with the Raptor to clean up Mon and help out Alfie in that exchange. So really good play from Alfie not to get picked by the Russian scout there. Yeah,
Alfie's actually been really good at staying alive this lane, I've noticed. Like, he'll go in really deep, but he also very often gets out alive. So that's a really valuable skill to have. There's a tiny Uber advantage coming out from Lowpander, but I don't think it's something you can really push on. Recognize one of these maps where like there's quite a ways distance from the entrance to like where the enemy team is probably holding. So you can't make use of the tiny advantages. So they're going to throw away like a 15% advantage here because it's just not that usable. But Mookie's going to sneak in here through Toxic, and he's just going to jump in immediately. I think he was looking for the medic. He didn't find him. Now he's found him. Goes for the meme spoon. Oh, that was close. Gets one more rocket off, but Martin will surf. Oh, Raptor will surf it.
Maybe we'll see some more successful meme spoon shenanigans soon, but I like the attempt from Mookie. In any case, Pizza Polish are going to be looking to do something here with about 9 minutes left on the map timer. Their first pick to make something happen here. Smear is pressuring a lot from Cargo, but Pappy and Mookie, or Pappy and Hildreth rather, in position to deny Alfie not being able to do anything on the flank. It doesn't look good for Pizza Polish. They can't seem to find a way into mid.
Yeah, I think they were banking on Smear actually like getting some really good damage done so they could follow up, but the sorters that you were hitting was just kind of surfing around. So not really able to get the pick. So at the very end, it just ended up being posturing. Mookie once again sneaking around Toxic, trying to make his way in there, but this time around he gets spotted a bit too early, I think. He's actually, he's hiding in the corner right now. So if anyone decides to just look in there, he will be able to pick them off. So I think he's just playing the waiting game, and I don't think anyone actually saw him get in there.
You know what I'd like to see from Lowpander is something to bait Pizza Polish into pushing in Toxic. If someone were to take some damage and bait someone to chase, then that gives Mookie a free opening.
He hasn't seen him, and
Mookie's using it to go behind rather than to take the frag, and I don't know if anyone from Pizza Polish spotted him. Yeah, I think Raptor did. So Credu's looking behind towards rollout now.
Yeah. You'd think they hear it. Yeah, they're looking behind, so they know. So he's just being a distraction right now. And Pappy's actually going to make it into Toxic and just playing around. But the Alba is also the sniper, and it's very easy to pick off a sniper when you have a soldier behind. So Mookie's actually going to come in here. He's onto the medic, misses the first rocket. He's on 7 HP right now, but so far Raptor is just not feeling pressured. And I think Mookie finally did go down to Credu, and now they're moving forward with the sniper.
And this is surely a good time to try and get something going. If the sniper slows them down, it might not be great. Hildreth popping Uber in, they take the Uber exchange into Cargo. A Disky going down to Funds on the lower area. Funds being followed up on by Alfie, so they will get the trade frag, but it's not looking great for Pizza Polish. I think, again, if they had maybe another scout instead of a sniper in that push, it would have had more direct impact in the fight, but the pressure is being put on so much on Cargo. Mookie's going to jump in to follow up on the damage, puts good damage onto Smeary and Credu. It looks like Lowpander are going to clean up these frags. Just Raptor left alive on rollout. Mon's on the chase, but Adiski will come to defend him, and Mon will go down there.
Yeah, a really great push still, though. Like, that was basically a dry push, what it looked like. It was just out-DMing them, jumping in Mookie very high in the skybox, just turning heads and making people waste the rocket on air shots. Oh my god, that wasn't a wasted attempt, though. Adiski jumping in, and Pappy just denies him with a great air shot. And we have Mookie on Spy as well.
Yeah, it's an interesting time to go Spy when it's even Ubers on second. I mean, they've got 6 minutes left. I think they're going to go for the slower approach to getting the pick and making things happen. Because it's an even Uber situation, Pizza Polish aren't running a full hold. They just have Adiski actually going Spy as well, so we're going to see some counter espionage. Maybe they'll bump into each other again.
Yeah, like two ships passing in the night.
I mean, Adiski's been pretty successful so far. Mookie in position, gets Smeary with the backstab, puts good damage onto Raptor. Raptor does get forced, and Adiski gets spotted as well, so he's not going to be able to do anything. 3 picks going the way of Lowpander, and they still have a full Uber advantage to come in here. Raptor getting put really weak. Alfie getting a pick onto Pappy, actually, will get killed for his efforts. Mookie's still running around the map, shooting his revolver. The Uber push doesn't come out.
He's going to have to completely block everything and kill everyone. He does get the first one. Oh my god, he gets 2, but no, not quite enough. He will actually get sawed down by Martin, who will then get all the beef and frags in the world to just clean up and make it look good. Look at that, the 4 kill streak put on him. But yeah, that was a really nice spy play for sure. And then, like Raptor, he went down to 4 HP, so it's not like he was pussy popping there. That's for sure. That's the exact opposite of that.
Yeah, so we're seeing Smeary coming in from lower and Hildreth playing on Cargo. Now, with this mid-fight, I think Pizza Polish are going to have to play quite aggressively on the right-hand side if they want to pressure properly. Alfie going in really did put a lot of pressure onto Hildreth. Adiski getting cleaned up by Funds, but Smear's gone so weak, and Mookie is just wreaking havoc on the backlines, distracting people so much, it's making it hard for Pizza Polish to do anything. Credu and Alba not shooting the same targets, whereas Funds and Mon are focus firing very well. They get the first pick, and Mon's on the chase.
This is bad news because Raptor's on Crit Creek, and he only has a single scout to use it on. So this could be an absolute disaster. But there we go. The Crit Creek has actually been popped. Gonna try to take down Mr. Epic. Mr. Epic is just so slippery. He's just not taking damage. There we go. Finally, they take him down. But so they get 2 kills out of it, but they didn't get the Uber. Actually, there's only 90% Uber right now on Martin, so I don't think they actually know it, but they are blocking mid, or recontesting it. And they're in, and there we go. Ubers get forced. Martin actually ends up in the skybox basically, so he's not really able to connect with his player either and run with the scout during the
Nuze is just running over Lowpander, running over Pizza Polished rather. Got 3 frags chasing mid. Raptor taking a lot of damage with a nice surf onto the roof. He's going to get pressured a bit further, but he is managing to stay alive. Not quite on the brink of death yet.
They're going to continue to survive. Smear comes out from the trap room and gets immediately destroyed, as you do. And then Hildreth will even hit a nice pipe, and oh my god, just complete destruction as everyone dies. And that's going to be the second point, like almost certainly, right? Credo just doesn't want to give it up. He's in behind here on the middle, and I think he's looking for the medic, but no, he gets spotted and taken down as well.
I like that they were trying to go for some sort of crits play, but not being able to keep Raptor alive in that situation really ruins that. Alfie getting cut off. Adiski trying to go behind after he was pressured from lower. It's just Alba on second, and they're going to have to give this up because they don't have the place of test. Adiski's in behind onto the medic, gets 1 rocket, gets another, will follow up onto Martin to get that frag. And Raptor's still on crit, so they should be able to defend this if they can play with heals.
Yeah, Fun's out very weak. And oh, Mookie's coming in from behind. He's looking for the medic, actually gets down Raptor, and then gets another kill as well. So just a great flank coming out here from Mookie. He's going to see if he can make it, make the push continue until last here. Like, there's not a whole lot of cap time going on until second, but if he can just deny the sentry gun from Credo or something like that, then it could be really good. But no, that's not going to be the case. Second will just get capped out, and they're still on crit screen.
On the defense?
Yeah, this is. I haven't seen it on this map actually. Like, you see Lego do this sometimes on like Granary and Gollywash, I think.
And Adiski's on Spy again. 2.5 minutes left. What is there that they can do? Maybe they'll do the old strat of having a Spy decloak and, you know, pepper the med as a distraction for the crits. He's going in behind from the toxic area. He will be able to get a pick onto Mon, and he's behind Martin, gets 1, pokes him twice, gets the revolver out, and gets the stab as well.
God. Great play. Even destroys the medic there. And Alfie's behind
Hildreth
as well.
Hildreth is destroying, just gets 4 kills out of nowhere in the middle of lobby, and it's now 85% crits on Credo and Raptor as Funz is in rollout alone, the only player left alive for Lowpander. He's just trying to find an opening. He's in a 1v1 with Credo, but he's going to have to back out. Wise decision, because that's not a fight that he should be wanting to take.
Absolutely not. Lowpander, they will make their way in. There is a soldier just desperately trying to get out of there. Alfie will not be able to escape this time, though. But the Ubers, there goes the crit squeak. Smear gets a kill, and he's going to have to go block last. There's a scout. He actually slithers out, and now there's a demo man on the point. He'll just cap it out. It's going to be 4-0. So kind of long but sure 4-0 so far. Like,
yeah.
It's possible they get a 5-0 as well, but probably not.
It does feel like this is Lowpander's map pick, and for good reason.
Yeah.
But that being said, Pizza Polish are doing well to hold a lot of these situations, and I feel like if they had just been fixing a few different things, they'd be a bit more in this one. Anyway, we can take a look at the last mid just to see how it closes up. Adiski on Spy, Alba on Sniper. Standard positions for Hildreth and Co. Raptor and Alfie dying early.
Alba actually, he was on Huntsman Sniper too. So he gets a kill like that. It's pretty funny.
Adiski's going for the play. He's behind Martin. I don't think they know. Martin turning around an opportune moment for Adiski, and then that will ruin the Spy play. So that'll be pretty one-sided. Complete garbage time now.
Yeah, I don't know. I was looking for like the fun pyro to mid strat.
Ooh, Raptor.
Oh, Raptor. Yeah, he knows that the healing is actually terrible. You need to do damage. Oh, I don't think he was expecting them to be that close. He actually gets a kill anyway.
The backburn is crazy, the damage output.
Yeah.
Alba with another pick onto Martin with the Huntsman.
Yeah, they're just going all in here. Going for the shots. Smear will pipe down Mookie as he was jumping in. Not going to be able to get him. It's Mr. Epic now is just in very aggressively. Gonna get the Spy, not quite. But that's gonna be it. 4-0 coming up with Lowpander. A pretty secure map, but they had to fight for it at the very least. And their last holds from Pizza Polish were actually crazy good.
Yeah, the last holds kept them in the game, I think. Kept them in that it wasn't more one-sided, but I think if they had fixed their last pushes,
yeah,
I think we would have seen a closer game there. Lowpander were able to kind of set the pace of that game a bit too well. But that being said, like I said, it was their map pick. now would be going
Yeah.
into process where we might see some more pizza strike shenanigans.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
some huntsman sniper if that's what Abba likes to do.
Yeah, like I hope they start out by being really like serious, like having at least a normal mid, and then the second one just like the pizza strike, low
Yeah.
strike, right?
Maybe. I mean, when they played Froyo, they busted out on the first mid.
Yeah, but it took 3 tries.
Took 3 tries. I'd hope that they can do it a bit better this time. I'm glad that we finally are seeing some crits, but it wasn't really used well in any of the situations.
Yeah, it was kind of unfortunate. It was like a retreating medic with a scout.
Yeah.
It's not how you want to do it.
Yeah.
And like if you just lose your demo man and your scout immediately, then it's not that useful.
Yeah.
But, we have some logs. Maybe they got some good log damage out of it at the very least. You can always hope.
Okay, well, let's have a look then. Hildreth and Adiski actually being the top damaging players for this game. Hildreth 16 for 8 and Smira 8 for 15. So I feel like there was a lot more space on these mid fights for Hildreth. He could just walk forward and his team was making him space. Whereas Smira was kind of having to lead the charge a little bit in some situations. I feel like their aggression wasn't as coordinated, and when Pizza Polish would go forward and bomb their soldiers in, everyone else on the team kind of had to catch up with the soldiers.
Yeah.
But when Lowpander do it, they're moving forward as their soldiers make the space. So there's a lot less time, and they're shooting damage at putting damage out at the same time.
I'm actually surprised that Poppy only has 3 air shots. That seems way wrong to me. Like he hits so many good shots this game.
Yeah, he's doing really well to deny jumpers when he plays pocket.
Yeah. So absolutely, like Papi had a really good game, just really showing that he's a good stand-in for Ubers. And also Mr. Epic, you can see he went 25 for 13. That's
Credit 25 for 12. So this one, credit showing that he's up there, capable of playing with some of the best kits at this tournament. But I think, this is what I mean again. It seems like a bit out of sync. Like Alba not having a great game, Smira not having a great game, but when they're on, I feel like they can be up there with him.
Yeah, I was saying before the game that if Smear's on, then like that's probably their best chance at taking a map or taking a game. And if you look at Smear, you can very often see whether or not his team won or lost. And like this time around, he was having a really bad game.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was great for him on Reckoner. I think he took the most damage on the server as well.
Oh yeah.
But it's kind of hard when you're playing on mid fights and the enemy team's like playing a lot more aggressively and you don't have space to work as demo, because there's nothing that you can do as your own, like as demo man. It needs to be something that your scouts or soldiers do for you and then you can adapt to it. But it's like I think there's a communication issue there where it's hard to adapt in the middle of a game.
Yeah, like you literally need to like air pipe them. That's your one defense, right? That's actually not very easy to do. And you only have so many pipes. So it's very easy to just die as demo man if you don't have proper support for your team. So that could be what's happening here as well. But like the mids were actually pretty even. They took 2 mids apiece, and then the last one was kind of just kind of for fun.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna not count that one. So like in that regard, it was actually pretty close. And then the last holds again were really, really good. And there were also a bunch of drops and really good spy plays actually.
Adiski actually probably one of the most successful spies at the event. His record's been pretty good so far, and not just when he does his spy plays, like he off classes to other things in certain situations. Like he was a sniper on one of their last holds there on Reckoner. And he seems to make it work almost always when he goes for his little off class plays. Yeah,
it's definitely a skill. You just know when to switch to an off class and which class to switch to. So like maybe he has like a small, like him and Mookie have like a small internal competition to see who the better off classer is. So maybe there's something to look out for. I'll definitely be doing it.
Highlander players, Adiski's also.
Oh yeah,
from his Highlander origins.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just an off-class thing.
Yeah, it could just be. They could also just be like really good players who.
They both also like to go for the meme spoon and abusing unlocks.
Do they?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Mookie's known for that now. I guess Adiski in pugs, he always tries to go for his Market Gardener plays. I don't think he's done it many times in this tournament.
I guess I haven't played that much with Adiski in pickups and mixes.
I think there's a lot of parallels to be drawn between his and Mookie's play.
Oh, really? I never
surprisingly.
realized that one. Yeah.
Mookie had a lot of deaths that last game, but he was constantly like finding openings and punishing the the cracks in the defense of Pizza Polished.
Yeah, both teams also like pocketed the demo man pretty heavily. Like, Z Hildreth, he had a really good game. He had 31% heals. That's a lot for Hildreth, isn't it?
That explains a lot. And when we saw the damage taken, I thought Smear would have had like 30% plus heals, but he was on 25. So even though he's being quite heavily pocketed, Credu with 27% heals. I mean, that's quite a hard pocket scout game. Would explain kind of his top frag low death.
Oh yeah. But I mean, still, most people don't think of Hildreth as like the big carry demo man that does a lot of damage. So he might be branching out a little bit here and just turning up, or maybe it just happened to be like one of his better maps and he had a good game.
Maybe. I mean, he always he runs lock and load on the mid.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I don't think any other demos do that, but it's a good mid to do it. There's a lot of like weird spam angles you can do with the lock and load on a lot of 5CP maps that are just seemingly overpowered.
Yeah, like I think Gully Watch is like one of the maps too where it's like really good if you just stand in a specific spot, you can just like spam the joke so effectively, and then when people go out of big door, like they have to cross in through the big door, you just like pipe it.
Yeah. I think there's a thing that you can do on Gully Wash. I mean, maybe it was with the loose cannon a while ago, where it's like you line up the line for the projectile through big door on the rollout, so it can go, like it covers 2 or 3 different paths that they cross. If you can get it like going through big door towards the lower shutter, it's like that they could walk into that pipe at 2 or 3 different points, and it's kind of dumb.
Yeah, that's sounds pretty disgusting.
Yeah, I used to love doing that with the old loose cannon.
Yeah, the loose cannon.
We've not seen that much.
Yeah, like they changed it, right? Yeah. Because it used to be like generally applicable because it had like longer range.
Yeah.
Whereas now you have to be really close to them.
Keda seems to be the only demo that still likes to use that weapon, and he does it on last defenses.
Yeah, right, because it still does a lot of pushing.
Yeah, the knockback and like crowd control aspect of it is still really good, but it's so much harder to use since they made it slower. Yeah,
it's basically like it's easier to double donk too, but you don't do as much damage. So like before you can like drop a medic really easily if you happen to hit him.
From, the infamous DreamHack cost drop.
Oh yeah. Oh man, yeah. Anyway, he was not happy about that one, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, I don't think any medic would be with a weapon like the old loose cannon.
Yeah, but like now you just do like 100 damage, like a little bit more than 100 damage, right, with the double donk.
Yeah, almost always, unless it's like one of the really perfect double donks, and then it's like the 140 or whatever. But yeah. But no.
It doesn't happen as much. It's like it's more consistent, but it's also less powerful. And like if you have to have them really close for it to actually work, you're probably just gonna die anyway. So it's not as good in general, but you can still use it to push people behind.
I think it's probably still quite good on Viaduct because you can just do a lot of mid-range spam. It's kind of like a sticky launcher, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of.
You can control when it dets.
Yeah, but it's just like it fires so slow now that like you basically have to like just fire it and then have it go over mid.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't think I don't think it's that good.
I've just not seen anyone use it in a while compared to. I mean, Iron Bomber is the new thing that every demo runs.
Yeah, I use it because of the sound. It's so nice.
Yeah.
It just also feels smoother somehow, like with the round projectile.
Yeah, I don't know. It always seems. It does feel like it works differently than pipes, you know.
Yeah.
Like fundamentally different. But when you think about it, it's like it shouldn't be any different. They should be pretty much the same weapon.
Like people say it flies differently because it's round and not.
I don't think that's.
Yeah, like I don't think Valve codes their game that well. Like, I could be wrong. Like it just feels like the game engine isn't that powerful. Like it takes the drag into account. Like there's no way, right?
Yeah, there's no way.
But like it feels sometimes like it does feel like it flies faster or.
Yeah, I like the way the projectile looks like as it hits. You know, it's just that tiny little ball rather than the pill.
Yeah, and also it can be like better in some situations.
It kind of feels like the lock and load, but just slower.
Yeah, it's just slower, and it has like the fastest dead time, which can sometimes be good if you just want to. Like,
I really like the fact that it's so easy to pipe jump with it because the projectiles just stay on the ground, whereas with normal pipes, like old school, when you're trying to do a pipe jump, you have to like look straight down to the ground and just make sure that because anything else and it will roll around, and then you have to try and pipe jump in a
and there's also a longer delay on it, so
you
can like roll away.
Like
it has more time to mess up.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's always nice when it's like an end of a situation, like you're backing out of a fight and you know how sticky's loaded, but you shoot one of the pipes on the floor and just fly away with a pipe jump. But we are going to pregame now. I think we've got quite a few
he even
gamers
had
on the server.
the pizza skin for the pistol,
Really?
the winger. Yeah, he did.
Alba's committed, man.
Yeah. He's all in on this. I like this. Also, like, I want to mention just how good those two rocket launchers, the special ones.
airstrike, yeah.
Yes,
They
it
both
looks
have
so
pizza,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see the split screen again in the cast if they do the roulette again, just to see. Because the one highlight of it, they're so perfectly in sync in time.
Yeah.
It looks like the same point of view from two players.
Yeah, and
just
then it's
flying towards the choke.
I have never seen like a bigger I hate the medic mid in my entire life. Like, that's what you're going to kill, right? It's like the medic.
It's just
so
like
screwed.
6 rockets at once in one spot.
Yeah, medics should just roll out through like PC or something, just to make sure.
Yeah, maybe they will, maybe they will.
Yeah, it's going to be the new thing. Like, you got to counter your really weird strat.
I feel like, there should be more strats like that. You know?
Yeah.
More abusive. I'd like to see someone use direct hit well, but I don't know how you would. It's kind of very
just
weird
look
weapon.
at tech, right?
That one.
It wasn't even one. He was just hitting everything, but yeah, he was also hitting like the crazy double.
It was just like, he would hit these air shots and directs across the map.
Yeah.
And it was just tech things.
Yeah. Like, Process is actually a pretty good direct hit map in general, just because like when people jump up on this mid, like you can stand on like the rock, so you're pretty close to the middle, and then you can just deny jumpers as they go in. But we are going live. It's going to be the second map of the lower bracket finals. The winner will move on to the finals to meet Froyotech. It's map 1 went in favor of Lowpander, and if they win this one, they will move on. If they don't, we're going to go to a third map, which will be Sunshine.
So Smeary going fast, collecting the health kit. Hildreth just playing in front of the rock. The rest of their teammates are getting in now. We're not going to see some airstrike shenanigans this mid. Adiski just playing on the left side now. I wonder if Pizza Bosch are going to try and make anything happen, because Mookie's on Sniper, a choke, and he gets the opening pick onto Credu. Lowpander playing this really safe, just waiting for Mookie to shut down any aggression, and Pizza Polish know that with one scout down there and no position being taken, they're not going to be able to do it.
He was just waiting around in the corner. I think he thought they didn't know about him, but they knew about it, so he will be taken down. The medic did survive, so it's somewhat fine, but there's still 2 players down. So at the moment, Pizza Polish, they're in a pretty precarious situation. They're going to have to be very careful not to get overwhelmed, but it looks like Lowpander have so far not committed that deep in. They're just kind of spamming them out and making room for their sniper. You can see they're opening the door for it, and Mookie's just doing his best, just basically standing there charging it up. And there's actually a sword in behind. Adiski tried to be sneaky, but he gets caught out.
Yeah, there's a lot of times where Adiski is going for the playmaking opportunities while he's playing pocket, and I think because he's on pocket and not roamer, he should leave that in a lot of situations. Mon and Mookie combining to get 2 frags on Smear and Credu. A soldier had bombed in, or Pappy bombed in, did a lot of damage to Smear, and it was like the funds cleanup earlier, whereas Mon is just pistoling him from across the map and gets the follow-up on the less than 10 health player. So good damage calls and good focus fire from Lowpander.
Yeah, really played it slow there, and it made it work. It's very often when you see people slow it down like that, you just end up eating a ton of spam, and if they don't quite make it in. But this time around, it worked out really well. We actually have Adiski on Spy again, but I'm pretty sure he's been found out. Yeah, Funds is on him, and Adiski, as he tries to escape, he figures out where he's going to go, and he just takes him down with a nice sticky. So that's an entry frag, or at least a good opportunity to move your sniper forward. He's actually going to go into 1. It's not where you normally see the sniper go, and Raptor's actually holding really close to the entrance right now, like standing ahead of the point, just to deal with the sniper. And it's a pretty good position. It's just sometimes if a soldier just walks around the corner, you just have to pop. So yeah, you have to really trust your team in order to have that kind of positioning. But they moved on to the lobby now and to try and get him. And Alfie's actually going to see if he can get it. Wow, Mookie hits a nice close-range headshot there, saving his demo man as well. So yeah, Alfie got baited really hard.
Yeah, Mookie's trying to do something. Pappy actually on Spy behind Alba. Alba doesn't notice. Pappy's on the lock and trying to chase for so long. He's walking straight into lobby for the pick, and he does get Alba at the end. Back with his team now. Put some damage onto Raptor, but he will get cleaned up there.
Yeah, that was a really good chase.
Funny to watch, yeah.
You had no idea this doom following him. This is like what it's like as a director in a horror movie, right? Like you know what's going to happen, but your victim don't.
Yeah, and Mookie actually, there's a lot of pressure on the point. Credu Credu getting a pick onto Mon as the Uber comes out for Raptor. Counter pop now for Martin and Fonz, but they're not going to be able to get anything as everyone from Pizza Polished has backed out. They still have that one pick onto Mon, but it looks like they're set up for the last hold. They do have Alba playing on Sniper.
I don't think Mon is the one you want to pick off, right?
Yeah.
Because he's going to go Sniper, right? Yeah, there you go. That's a pretty good guy to have to go die and switch to Sniper. He's actually really good at it. Oh, Smear actually almost going down there. And Poppy actually jumping in, but Poppy actually picks off Alfie as Alba does get Mookie. So it's basically an even split right now as Diski will respawn. Poppy's in very deep as well. He's actually going to jump in behind lines and even gets...
Lowpander coming really deep despite it being a non-Uber situation. Getting a lot of space for their Sniper. There's a sentry on left that's only just getting to level 2 now. And it looks like Hildreth and Funds can do quite a bit to pressure this. They get the sentry down. There's a few sticks on point, and they're going to get Uber now. They've worked up a 20% advantage. I don't know if they know about it, but Mookie's onto Raptor. Does get the kill.
Oh, no. Like, he saw that one coming as well. Now Mookie even getting the Uber. And I'm pretty sure they're going to stop playing the point. There's no stickies on it. And that's going to be it. Raptor strikes again. He definitely should have popped on that one.
I don't think he had Uber yet. I think
Did he not?
I don't think they were building properly.
Oh, right.
Because Lowpander had just got it, and I think Raptor was on like 85% when
wow.
Lowpander got Uber. I think they just weren't building.
I could swear I saw it. Oh, well. I can't blame him that much then, but yeah, just great pressure coming in there, sending Poppy in behind lines, having a sniper constantly just getting so many looks. Eventually you're going to hit, right? So really well played there. Nice pressure. But this first middle, it's going to be two soldiers in the skybox. They will both miss each other, but Poppy's in the choke as well. He will eventually get taken down, but he's just bought so much space for his team that they're just about getting ready to chase it out. We've seen Mookie trying to come in there with the Market Gardener, will just get taken down. He was a little too committed to the Market Gardener at that point. Not quite going to make it, but yeah, mid will be capped out, and second is almost certainly going to fall as well.
Yeah, I feel like in a lot of these situations, Alfie and Adiski aren't valuing their lives and they kind of commit quite deep. 24 minutes left, still only one round to Lowpander, so there's a lot that can change. Lowpander are kind of just positioning themselves on second. They know it's even Ubers, they're not going to do anything too risky. But I'd imagine they'd like to get someone in a position to put some pressure on Pizza Polished, and they haven't really scouted out the last hold yet. We have Credu on the engineer on the defender's right side of last, with Alba sniping far lobby in left.
Gonna find some funds.
Opening pick of the funds.
Yeah, both Funds and Mookie were in lobby. I think they were trying to find a way to sneak Mookie in so he could do a suicide, but as it turns out, Alba's gonna find them and pick one head off.
And it looks like Alfie's trying to make something happen, maybe look for a sack opportunity as Raptor's pushing the heels up into lobby. Now that they've got their respawner in and the soldiers on the high ground, Pizza Polish should realize that there's not much they can do here, and they should look for another way to get the pick. It looks like they're backing up. I wonder if we'd see...
Oh, Mookie's in now. There we go. He finds the medic, pops him into...
Oh my god!
What a shot.
Mookie with an insane rocket. Nice shot being called from Raptor in the chat. That was a really good force, a really good drop rather from Mookie.
Absolutely incredible. But again, the way he's just able to basically walk in, like the team shouldn't allow that to happen. So now it's going to be a full Uber push in here. Smear even get picked off there by some nice stickies coming up from Hill. Hill's really cleaning up this game. He's even trying to find his demo there. There we go. The round pipes find their target eventually, but they've actually been kind of slow. I'm really impressed with this last hold coming up from Pizza Polish. If they can just hold on for a few more seconds, this could actually be holdable, but no. They're just barely not able to do it. Hill with the 4K. Going to manage to get it, but...
all off the back of that insane Mookie play.
Yeah, that was all Mookie. 2
rockets is all he needs.
Yeah. Like, it was a pretty good surf as well from Raptor. It just didn't matter. It was just a great shot. And that's TF2 at its best. Like, 2 players making good plays, and just one of them ending up ahead.
Smear going for the fast roulette again this mid, collects the health kit. He's playing towards the left, trying to get early pressure on the people coming in through choke, but he's going to have to back up towards his team now. Good presence on the high ground from Pizza Polished. Alfie committing deep, but Alba already dying to Mookie. Martin dying early to Smear stickies. Now, as long as they play with Raptor, it should be hard for Lowpander to do anything to Pizza Polished, but Funds and Mon are running forward. Mookie getting the sniper pick onto a Disky. It's just Smear and Raptor left alive. He does really good with a nice read. Sticky's on the corner of Choke. Pappy's on the chase in lobby. He's weak, and I don't think he's going to commit because Smear knows
he just
how to
took
hit his
like one
pipes.
look at him.
Nah. I'm not about that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fight Smeary on 20 HP.
Yeah, right. There's like basically no way to do it. So yeah, you're just gonna back off, and there is still gonna be like a second hold. So sometimes like, when you know it doesn't make a difference, you can just make like a 1% play.
Have you seen Mookie?
I have not.
Mookie's hiding in the enemy second, looking at Choke. Takes the body shot. Alba does see him, but it's not going to be enough. That could have been an amazing play. But anyway, the Uber comes in. Smear going deep onto the Choke, gets pressure onto Funds. Martin's getting pressured quite a bit as well, but he's got Hildreth and Mookie with him. Pappy making space to deny Credu from getting in onto second. They're going to be able to deny 2 spawners, I think here. Maybe if they get the cap, yeah. Mon, Martin, Pappy and Hildreth, the only ones on second at the moment. Smear is looking to walk in there at 20% disadvantage, but now that the spawners
Alfie's
are low
going to do the big bomb in, the double bomb. He's onto the medic, can't quite hit him, so he didn't manage to do too much damage, and he's going to get taken down by Mr. Epic. So Alfie tried to be the big initiator there and perhaps just do like a normal suicide, but not quite able to hit the rockets. The big Mookie rocket, right? That's what we're going to call that one now.
Yeah, we do see Pappy walking in Choke now, jumping towards this right-hand side, spamming Choke, just putting some pressure on Pizza Polish, as they will not have Uber just yet, and they don't have what they need to contest this, but now that they have Uber again, they could opt for something else. But Pappy goes in deep, gets a pick onto a Disky. Raptor's kind of weak on point, playing with his scouts, and he's going to be put under a bit of pressure. Hildreth and Pappy both trying to spam quite deep.
Yeah, it looks like the buffing up Mookie was going to jump in now. He's just going to find a soldier in here and actually get taken down, so the Roma trade is not real. And Hildreth going down as well, so this push has failed. But however, I'm pretty sure Martin is still holding on to Zuber. He is indeed. So he's in their own choke, but that was a very unfortunate engagement right there for Lowpander. So they're going to have to give up middle and just set up shop here in second while they wait for the respawners.
Yeah, and it is back to even Ubers, as neither med was in a position to pop there. But we're going to see Pizza Polish moving towards Choke. I think they know that Funds are dead. They're maybe going to try and spot something out. Adisky going in with a big bomb through Choke, distracting just towards sewers as Alfie comes in with the follow-up. Gets hit with a skybox shot.
What was that? What even hit him?
I don't know.
Was that a sticky?
I just saw him fall straight down.
Yeah, I just saw the explosion and him falling, but yes. Mookie was trying to do the counter engagement as well, but he gets taken down as well. So yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what the hell hit.
I'd like to see the replay on that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Disky walking in Choke now, going for the second play. Goes in deep onto Martin, hits one nice rocket, but a good serve from Martin. Straight to roll out as Disky gets cleaned up. Smear on a 5K.
Smear. That's crazy. That pipe was just unreal. That's so far away as well. I don't know if it even directly hit him or it was just because it ran out, like the fuse. But yeah, Pappy will be able to go down here. He'd like to switch to banner now if he really wants to. So it could be a blessing in disguise and open up an opportunity here for them.
We've not seen nearly as much from Mookie and Pappy in terms of banners this game as they have been running earlier and how they were running against Froyo. We do see the sniper coming out from Alba as he went back to switch. So he will be moving towards the choke now. I wonder if they'll snipe in sewers or if they'll go for the choke. It looks like they're playing in sewers. Pappy alone watching the PC entrance. They don't have anyone spotting sewers, so...
Yeah. Martin's actually in a very snipeable spot right now. Like he's watching himself the shutter door. And there we go. I think he now knows the snipers and now he's hiding. So opportunity wasted there a little bit. You know, you always get that one free shot basically on it. But Mookie is himself up to some shenanigans as he is setting up shop, trying to figure out if there's a good opportunity for him to strike here. So Raptor is very focused on the choke. Like, he's actually in a really good position to. I think he's somewhat wary of any kind of bombs or Frenchman or any other thing that could get in the way here. So we'll see how it's all going to work out. But I think it's just the CCTV cam.
Yeah, I don't know if they know that they're being recorded on CCTV, but CCTV is going in for a play. He gets in behind Raptor. He's not quite. Raptor turns around, and Mookie's not going to be able to get his surveillance play. But they can rob.
Oh, he got it! He still got it. That's unbelievable. How did nobody
that
kill
should
him
never
enough?
happen. There's no way that. I'm lost for words.
If I was Raptor, I would not be lost for words. I would be screaming at my team. That's for sure. We actually see a flank there getting Like I think Fun's hit. Yeah, Fun could have shot someone, I think. No, I don't know.
Something could have happened, but the CCTV made its play.
Yeah.
And now Lowpander are using their full Uber advantage to just walk in here. Alfie on point, looking for a jump. He doesn't really get anything for his efforts. Gets cleaned up by Funds. Hadiski going in as well. The pop does come out from Lowpander. Yeah. But they're going to be chasing here. I don't know if they can maybe get some more frags. Alba's on Sniper. It doesn't look like Hildreth and Mon want to commit too hard, but they know that they can get
behind,
Alba.
Though. Like, this is very annoying for them. Poppy's still in behind. Oh, wow. He actually played a little bit too eager there.
Mookie in behind as well with a follow-up. Gets good damage onto Raptor. Doesn't quite manage to get anything for it, and Raptor will just go back to the resupply to get his health.
Yeah, I feel like Poppy could have just waited for them to walk through the small choke, and he could have just held them up forever, and that would have worked way better. So a bit of a mess up there, I believe. But the Kratos is going to go out very aggressively here with the rest of his team. And they will be able to take back second. Just losing those soldiers, overextending a little bit without getting those kills was very unfortunate for Lowpander, but it will leave an opportunity here for Pizza Polish to make the push out. And Poppy actually goes in very aggressive, just take down these guys at the moment he walks out that door. Really great play.
That should be the nail MacGuffin of this Uber advantage push is now. Not only did Diski die there to Pappy, that Lowpander have Uber as well. So Pizza Polish should be playing in a bit more of a safe position, but they're going to commit to this really early Uber and try and pop Martin. This is not going to be a good exchange unless they can get some picks out of somewhere. Smear putting a lot of stickies on the choke to deny the counter-aggression from Lowpander, but it looks like Pappy wants to do some sort of jump into second here. He tried to do a skip over the ramp on choke, but I don't think he hit it.
No, unfortunately not. So it's going to be slowing down here once again. Red has a pretty good opportunity. They can always just run a scout back and go spy or sniper.
Alfie just won the Roamer 1v1 on PC, so maybe an opening for Pizza Polish.
Yeah, it's always a surprise to me when it happens. But it actually looks like a DC is going to go in for the very aggressive play right here. And you see Poppy in the choke. Oh my god, Raptor's dancing around, but he's not going to be able to get it. Front and Mr. Epic both pick up a really nice kill here. And this could just be a complete chaos of a fight. Like, look at this. There's time on the point, but Kratos on 11 HP. And they're so weak, but I think it's just a Lowpander. They don't want to mess with this right now.
Badiski's hiding in PC. I think he's just waiting. This could be a really nice play if he doesn't get spotted and they cross his sightline, but I don't think they're going to enter so deeply. And Mookie with the hard read, I think the information was there, or he just had
I mean, Hilder was also
sixth
there.
sense.
And Hilder's actually, Hilder was also in there, so they might have just called it. I'm not sure if they just pretended they didn't know, just to time it right.
Well, they fooled me. Anyway, Adiski not being able to do anything there. He's not going to be alive for this second defense, it looks like. Alba going out of lobby. It looks like Lowpander have just run all the way in. Alfie's behind them on lower PC. They know he's there, so he's not going to be able to do much. And he does get cleaned up by a nice sticky from Hildreth. And with 63% and no roaming soldier, it's going to be tricky for Pizza Polish to delay this last long enough. But Lowpander are taking their time with this, and 80% on Raptor, they might be able to hold this. Yeah,
it's just kiting the Uber for very long. I think as Lowpander, you need to play the point very aggressively, but it looks like they decide not to do it as soon as Mookie goes down. Poppy's also out of rockets. I'm pretty sure he was out of rockets, at least, is what it looked like to me. So definitely a good idea to not go in there. I'm kind of surprised that nobody uses the cow mangler, because it's just a good weapon, and we even got buffed recently. Like a pretty minor buff. But still, like, you don't run out of rockets as a pocket. And I find like the biggest challenge when you play pocket is that you run out of rockets.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of the time. I feel like playing pocket the right way involves quite a bit of spamming or just using your ammo quite passively, and depending on the playstyles that you have, like sometimes it can be really tricky to keep ammo when you need it.
Yeah.
Diski going down to Bond in lobby as he was on Spy. Pappy 3 HP doesn't get cleaned up, but will get healed up in lobby. As Lowpander just taking position here now. Mookie going for a play, getting cleaned up by Credu, and it looks like Pizza Polish are just going to deny any attempts from Lowpander to get into their lobby.
Will they try to do anything here? Like, Mookie is still down, so if anyone wants to go for a counter-sack, this would have been time. Looks like they're not going to do it. But they do have Alba on Sniper, and they'll just be sniping in one. And he actually does have like a sightline to the medic if someone opens the door. And there we go. Gets a shot off, but doesn't quite hit it. And now Martin should know about it. No, he's still just in the same spot. Yeah, look at that. Like, you can see the tracer just missing barely. And I guess he feels safe enough inside this this corner-ish. area, but he really has almost no space to move on. So if anyone else goes for any kind of play, he has to move, right? And he's up against the wall as well.
Yeah, it's just pretty passive play from Lowpander. Again, with 11 minutes left, Alba now peeking towards a bit higher up in lobby, trying to see if he can get some sort of deeper sightline, maybe moving towards rollout now. And Lowpander not in a really close position to deny it. Pappy spots Alba going for a play. Adiski's quite far forward on second. He might get cleaned up here, takes a lot of damage, but manages to make it back to his medic.
Yeah, Mookie has set up shop as well. He's getting ready for some sort of distraction play. Like, I could definitely see Papi trying to go in here. And like, if you just figure out where the medic is, and also we saw Papi actually go in way deep, but Mookie has uncloaked, and he even gets a little buff. Oh! Doesn't quite get it, but now he's trying to pistol people down. He almost gets the sniper, but not quite going to be able to get it. And Papi even survives here. He was trying to just put some spam on, but yeah, that was pretty funny. Like when Mookie got the full buff from the medic. So yeah, this guy was working for a while, but not quite able to clutch it. So let's see what he chooses to do now.
Pizza Polished really struggling to get any sort of advantage to use going out of this last, in this even Uber situation. Lowpander have just been controlling everything. Any picks that they give Pizza Polished are given at minimal risk, and they really are set up to make it hard for Pizza Polished to get any sort of position or get any advantage going.
Yeah, we just see Lowpander. They're setting up really passively. They're ahead 2-0, and I can't quite tell what the round timer is saying. I can't tell that one, but yeah, they probably have a ton of time to work with here. As, I can see a lot of aggression in lobby here. Both teams kind of don't want to give it up, but eventually Lowpander will win this lobby here. They will lose one and actually get 2 kills. DSK and Alpha both going down, so they might do the thing where they send someone in. Smear will get another kill. He's actually on a 10 kill streak, so he hasn't died for a whole long while. And Lowpander, they will just retreat back out, take it easy, and then get ready for the setup here.
Yeah, Smear trying to poke out Lower to see if he can do anything there, but a lot of spam coming his way, making it clear that there's nothing he can really do. Pappy actually going for an Uber exchange in lobby. He sees Credu and Raptor, and he decides to pop on it. Doesn't hit Raptor for the duration of the Uber. He now gets onto Smear, but Smear's probably going to stay alive here. Pappy getting cleaned up.
Credu onto the medic. Can Credu get the medic? No, he cannot. Martin will survive it. So that's a really important play here, right here for Lowpander. Alfie's going to go in very aggressively, but Mookie just getting the kills, and even Hilk was getting a third one. So there's just going to be a scout and a medic against the world, basically.
Mookie's on the point. Credu does come in from the respawn queue on heavy. He's going to try and do his miraculous hold again, but it's just Alba and Raptor before the spawns get back into the fight. It's not going to be enough. Just overwhelmed by the sheer number of players that Lowpander were able to commit there.
Yeah, absolutely. These push-outs, they're always very scary to deal with, right? Like, we kind of saw here what can go wrong. I do kind of like Lowpander's decision to just... I think we have a pause, right?
Yeah, we have a pause. Raptor, I think, was disconnected for some reason.
Okay.
So they are pausing to figure that out. I'd like to see a pizza strike mid right now.
Yeah, well, I quite liked, actually, the decision to just, like, get Ubers out of the way with Papi, because when that happens, you very often start getting some new opportunities. All right.
Yeah, there's some interesting things that you can see with the unlocks, and we're quite lucky to have seen. Oh yeah, we're going live again. So we unpaused at the most inopportune moment for the cast.
Yeah, less all faces, more pizza skin, please.
Yes, let's see these pizza skins. As I'll be looking at Raptor on this mid. I don't know what issues he had that made him disconnect before, but just playing behind the rock. I think they know now that Mookie's on sniper, so they're going to need to do something to counter this. Trying to play a bit more aggressively on the point is Adiski. I'm not sure where Alfie is, but they need to do something aggressively. Hildreth going in, Credu and Alba with the follow-up on Adiski's bomb. Smear walking forward on the left. Really good counter to this mid. Nice shot there from Adiski to deny Pappy as he is on the shotgun. It's just Martin left alive on 65%. Smear's on the chase actually on last, trying to get this kill onto Martin.
Smear's weak though, he will actually go down. Great escape there by Martin. Just saving himself. He doesn't need no teammates. And they were all just spawning at the same time. So
they countered that sniper mid really well, and now they're in on left side of last. They're kind of disconnected though, Alfie and Credu not with the rest of their team. Maybe they can get cleaned up, but they are just capping second. They will allow Martin to get this Uber. They weren't able to lock down that advantage. Pappy playing close to lobby, but now Pizza Polished for the first time in the last good while of this map in a position to maybe get around on the board if they can win this next exchange.
Yeah, let's see if they have any kind of creative ways to get these Ubers out of the way or send in a good suicider. We've seen so far Mookie has had quite a lot of success doing different kind of strategies. Diski is going to be the first one to try and make it in there, but he will get shot down by funds. So I think that's probably going to cause him to retreat. Actually, we have the Uber coming out here. Mookie getting the force out. Great job by him. And then Smear doesn't really want to commit. And Martin, he's just not under any pressure. Do you think Lowpander is going to push here, or are they just going to sit back for like 2 minutes and win the game that way? Because that's definitely a very viable option.
I don't think they want to push. I mean, they have Uber advantage. They're one player dead. Maybe they'll wait till Mookie spawns, so they've got Lash covered. But I don't think they're going to commit too hard with disadvantage. Maybe they try and get something if they've got an opening. They look like they're peeking Shutter now with Mon and Hildreth trying to put some spam out. Pappy playing on rollout, but it doesn't look like there's much they can do. They might be able to get the first pick onto Alfie. He goes really weak.
The spy back up, there it goes. Mookie's going for the market guard, but actually going to take him down. Oh my god, that was so close. I think it's really unwise to try and market guard in the spy, going for the backup. But a really strong backup's going to force all of Lowpander to go back. Kind of saved everyone from Pizza Polished there. So Adiski again actually doing a really nice spy play once again.
And Lowpander realized that they're now on quite a sizable Uber disadvantage after their failed push there. Sentry going up and a heavy on point. So let's see if Pizza Polished can do something. I don't know if they were waiting for a Disky spawn, but they're now in position in lobby. Going to go from this right-hand side, bombing Smear in. They get so much pressure onto the Sentry. Need to focus down the heavy on point now. If they can play the point here and deal with Mookie, then they might be able to get something going. Good frags coming in from Alba. Smear contesting the point with good stickies. A lot of presence here. This should go the first round for Pizza Polished, and we might be seeing something a bit more competitive on our hands now with the first round of the potential comeback.
Yeah, it's definitely the first one. This would be the perfect time to bring out the double pizza rollout. I will not get my wish, but like at some point they've got to do it, right?
I think we'll see it before the end, but in any case, that's a good bit of momentum for Pizza Polish. They play that exchange pretty well, and I'm glad that they managed to...
Oh, Hildreth doing the Muma rollout as well, just literally walking to mid.
I think they were expecting it there. I think they were delaying maybe for the pizza strike.
Yeah, it just made so much sense.
But in any case, Adiski making space now on the right-hand side. Smear getting the first pick onto Mookie. Not too much being done by the soldiers of Pizza Polished, but
Smear's
Rab
just kind of in behind, and these scouts are so far forward. And one will get piped, but no, not going to be it. Pizza Polished, they have 2 scouts alive. Those are like the best classes to have in these kind of final engagements. And yeah, that's going to win middle. They just back off. They're not going to trust Hildreth to like hit 2 double pipes in a row. Pretty reasonable. And
yeah, against 2 insane scouts, it's pretty good to make that decision. But with crits now in play, that's what I wanted to see from Raptor. They are at a big disadvantage, but what they should be playing to do here is force Martin early as they recommit in through mid, and then recrit onto the middle control point as Lowpander are trying to cap it. So 60% now for Raptor. Pappy and Mon and Hildreth just peeking.
We found another Alfie spot. Look at that. That's the classic Alfie play, just sitting in the skybox or some random spot. And you get taken down. That's also pretty typical of what usually happens.
So they do get the force now. Alba backing out. The rest of Pizza Polished are pretty safe in a good position now. This should be exactly what they want. Smear's moving up to the choke. There's some stickies on it. The crits comes in. He's not managing to connect. And Hildreth bombing deep onto Rapid. Gets a pick onto a Disky. Credit with the cleanup of Hildreth and Mookie. The crits scattergun coming into play. Smear jumping forward to pressure them back. They will work up another advantage actually, because crits builds faster than Uber, and it's pretty much even at this time. Might be a 20-25% Uber advantage in the next fight if Raptor keeps building and Martin continues to be pressured.
Yeah, you can definitely make it work. But at the same time, Lowpander, they now know that there's a Clipsqueak in play. So Pappy jumps forward very aggressively. He might just get taken down. Alfie will actually be the one to die instead. So I think this is going to cause Pizza Polished to just back off, use their crits advantage, and try to find some other way to get this done. Yeah, question is, where do you go from? Like they're kind of pissing their advantage away. Like they're being too slow. I
think you would have expected after critting unsuccessfully that the enemy medic would have Uber advantage. I'm not sure if they realized that Martin wasn't building, but the crits Looks like it might be coming in from Smear at choke now. He does pop, he shoots one sticky, they get the pop instantly as it would have connected onto Martin. They're jumping back behind the choke. Mon getting juggled a lot as he tries to enter into the mid there, but with 2 minutes and 20 remaining, they're going to need to push before they get the crit scheme. They can't wait for the advantage to come in. They just wanted to get the Ubers out of play. Adiski now jumping towards Sewers, gets good pressure onto Mookie. They'll get the first frag. Pappy jumping in the choke onto Smear, but he's going to get cleaned up, maybe. Alba going down. There's a lot of chaotic fighting going on in the second, but Pizza Polish need to get the focus fire in.
Oh yeah, like the sword is in so deep, like Mr. Epic didn't even realize that Alfie was in that deep, and it's just so much presence on the point, and the comeback is real. There's about 2 minutes left. If they can get this cap pretty fast, then
they know they have crits advantage as well. This is going to be the first round that brings it out. They don't need the crits. 3-2 now for Pizza Polish with 1 minute 39 left. Can they tie up this map 2 to get them back in the game and potentially take it to a map 3?
They have about 1 minute and 30 seconds. This is very doable, but it's also very difficult. So if you really wanted to win, I'm gonna need you to cheer for them and let them hear that you care.
Yeah, they're gonna stick with the crits to mid. Smear going fast again. Last couple minutes they've been working out really well, pushing aggressively as a unit. They're gonna realize that I think Lowpander are gonna play this quite passively and they don't want to have too much of a fight here. Just keep playing on the left hand side, Alfie playing on the far right. They're both spamming, looking for an opportunity. Mookie and Pappy both jumping in on the right hand side. Counter aggression in from Pizza Polished. Good to get the first pick on Mufi. They trade roamers. They've got a bit more point presence, but no one's really playing the high ground for either team. Adiski in on the left-hand side, gets onto Hildreth. Both scouts clean him up, and Pappy's not in a very healthy position. This should be good for Pizza Polish.
Crit Squeak and gets the medic. Finally kind of worked, but now the rest of the team are being picked up. As it's only Mr. Epic on 12 HP fighting his demo man, but scouts, they're so difficult to hit, it doesn't matter. They can move equally much no matter how much health they have. And he's even gonna find Alfie here, who tried to come in and surprise him. Is he gonna win another 1v1? He is. Mr. Epic just winning this mid, 5k. And I think he's looking for the demo man as well, but Smear is not. Oh, Smear's in like way deep. All right.
10 seconds left though, they're not going to be able to cap second. And that will be the end of map 2 with a nice little Market Gardener frag for Mookie. And that will be the end of Pizza Polished's run in ESU Unity Rumble.
Yeah, they made a really good showing. They almost made the comeback happen, but at the end of the day, it just they barely ran out of time. So just amazing.
You know what it was? It was they didn't use the pizza strike mid.
Yeah.
We needed to see it. I think it would have been nice.
Yeah.
But no, they did have a really good 2 rounds there to come back. It was good, like I was saying, finally got to see some back and forth. But I do think we have logs to bring up on stream if we want to.
Yeah. Let's absolutely check it out. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of really interesting things to look at.
Mon 21 for 7, as is Credu, both of them replicating each other's stats across those 2 maps. And you know when Smear was on that 10k, 18-8 over the course of that map, really not dying very much and kind of consistently putting out damage.
Look at Alfie though. 4 and 19.
4 and 19.
That's rough.
Not a great game for Alfie or Adiski, in honesty. I think they were both kind of pressured, but they were doing well to make space together.
You can say kind of the same thing for Papi. He went 7 for 17, even though he's the pocket, and then Mookie was doing great. Like he had 19 for 23, so it's kind of weird to see just the soldiers. I guess sometimes on this map it just feels like you're just jumping through these chokes and you basically have to get the medic on your own, right? So oftentimes this is a very bad roamer map for at least the stats wise. So that's probably somewhat what happened, but Alfie did a lot of jumping around and not really doing a whole lot, and then he just died.
Yeah, I feel like Alfie wasn't really in good positions to be able to affect the team in a lot of the DM fights. I think when it comes to more of the team push kind of things, he does make space well and people follow up, but when it gets down to a bit messier situations, it becomes harder for him to support his team, or for his team to support him. But if we're sorting by just straight up damage over the course of that game, we do see both demos. I mean, it was quite a slow game in a lot of situations. There was a lot of holds and a lot of spamming by Smear and Hildreth trying to find openings. Yeah. So it does make sense that we see them on top of the damage, but Adiski and Alfie are way far down in comparison to Mookie and Pappy, so maybe the combined spam of the Lowpander soldiers just being a bit more impactful. Yeah, it also seemed like there was better coordination going on from them. And just in general, Lowpander had slightly better coordination, and
they managed to get those pushes working. Like they would do a lot of really slow pushes where they just like roll in very slowly. They might have a sniper where they would just stick around and just wait for people to overextend, and then Alfie would like jump into them and like free pick, and then they would move on.
Alfie with the most air shots on the server, though.
Oh, well, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Yeah,
I like that one spot that he was in on mid, just
yeah,
above
that's the
choke.
classic Alfie spot kind of thing, right?
I don't think I've seen that before, but it's it's a very Alfie thing to do.
I think Alfie, when he gets home from like work or school, he just like goes into a random map that's in the map pool, and then he will just jump like straight up against walls, like
against
everywhere.
every wall.
Yeah, he's like
where can I stand?
Yeah, just 3 hours every day, just trying to find those juicy
hiding spots.
Yeah, where like the skybox is just slightly curved for no reason.
Yeah, for no reason. Map making in TF2.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we're gonna bring it over to an interview pretty soon. I don't know. Do you know when the next game will be starting? Do you know?
No, it will be the grand final. It's going to be Lowpander versus Tech, but I'm not quite sure when it's going to be. I assume it's in about an hour or so, if I had to guess. We're going to do an interview.
And that will be a best of 5.
Yes,
correct.
I'm pretty sure. And we also have to make sure that it's going to be time for to find the winner, the best meme for the to give away some headsets.
Me and TurboTab need to draw that from the entries before the grand final. So
I think we have like I don't know if we have like a drawing hat or whatever we're going to do, but yeah.
Would hope so.
Yeah.
Would hope so.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is, I mean, we've talked about this headset a lot, but just, I mean, Plantronics in general, shout outs to those guys that have been doing a lot of help for us. Just the sponsor of this event. Grand final will be at 18:30, so we've got plenty of time to chill, chat to some gamers, maybe get an interview going soon. I'm not sure who it is we're going to be bringing in.
No, I don't know either.
I'd imagine one of the players from Lowpander, or Pizza Polished, as they're now out with the tournament.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a team interview. I think it's going to be a team interview. Yeah, I can see them setting up in the background here. So yeah, let's just jump to that as soon as we can. So we're probably going to do like a short break, and then we're going to come back with the entirety of Pizza Polished. I don't think they have pizza skins in real life, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
But yeah, that would have been truly great. But yeah. Until then, I've been Peter. With me is Nuze, and we're going to be right back with the Turbo Tabs for the interviews.
Microphone's not even on. Why are you doing this to me? Okay, welcome back to Essentials.tf. Welcome to our continued coverage of Esports United Community Rumble. Got there in the end. And I'm TurboTabs. This is our interview portion. We're here with Pizza Polished. First off, I'm going to ask you all one by one to introduce yourselves to the stream, because this might be the first time people have seen you. So,
hi, I'm Diski.
Alfie.
Credo.
Raptor.
Alba.
Smirre.
Smooth. That was nice, guys. We kind of did that in one swift motion. Much better than the last interview. Now, Smear, I've got to ask, after that game, it was pushing me in. Thank you. After that game, what do you think went wrong for you guys in those 2 maps?
We played very uncoordinated. Like, we came into the tournament with 2 days of practice, essentially. And we tried to do a bunch of stuff, like force plays and pressure sacks and pushes, but we didn't communicate well enough to pull it off.
All right. But well, do you think the maps have anything to do with that last matchup at all? Or were you guys quite happy with what you drafted up in the end?
Like, we wanted Gullivars, but they banned it instantly. And Reckoner wasn't a bad map for us, but they just outplayed us. And we wanted process, so the map draft was not the problem.
All right, I've got a question for all of you guys now. I want you to just vote on who you think was the most valued player out of your team for the whole tournament. Okay, I'm going to ask you one by one. So let's see if we can do this in a nice smooth motion as well. So we'll start off with you, Smear. Who do you think was your most valued player in the team?
I think Credo was really solid this LAN.
I would say Smirre.
Credo.
Smirre.
Big man Credo.
Credo.
Well, it looks like Credo wins. Credo, you must be feeling good round about now. Must be an honor from your teammates. Feeling good?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Playing TF2 is what I enjoy the most.
All right. Okay. Maybe one more vote. How about like a favorite moment at LAN? You must have a favorite moment. Adiski?
The pizza mint.
Double airstrike, pizza strike.
Well, meeting every one of these wonderful players here and chatting with them. That's the best thing about LANs.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think Bear getting destroyed by the pizza mid with the double airstrike is pretty high up there.
I think the production dying and Essentials hosting my stream. I think that's the highlight.
It's my personal highlight.
The after parties every day. Also been great.
That last part.
Also been great.
Nice. All right. Okay. Last moment. Shout outs. I'm going to give you the open mic. You can say anything within reason. So if you got any special shout outs to anybody out there or any thank yous, anything like that, say it now.
Shout out to my old Antic team from Insomnia. Shout out to Saints, Enzo, and Overwatch Pro Dania.
All right.
Shout out to Dania.
Shout out to Cadis. He sadly couldn't come, but it's his birthday today, so fierce birthday, man, in Twitch chat, please.
Happy birthday, Permzilla.
Shout out to everyone who plays TF2 and shout out to my mom.
Shoutouts to TCM, well, Team Coolest Master reforming next season. That's probably one of the most hype things to come out of this LAN. And shout out to my boys in Mumble. Probably not watching this game because they're all washed up, but yeah, shout out to you guys.
Shout out to the Frank Pan Mumble, I guess. My boys from the Frank Pan Mumble. Maybe watching, maybe not.
All right, okay. I think that's we can call that a nice, successful interview stage. So, yeah, woo, let's clap, give a nice round of applause to Pizza Polished. All right. Enough, okay? Okay, so that's been our interview with Pizza Polished, not Pizza Polished, Pizza Polished. I've been TurboTabs. Thanks for tuning in. Tune in for our grand final coming up. That will be Lowpander versus Veriotech. Stay tuned.